Hello and welcome to Deep Cuts the Game, the movie trivia podcast where I give my three guests three movies and they try to come up with the most random, obscure, or minor actors from those films. The deeper the cut, the more points they get. I'm your host, Jeff Penn, and with me as always, the human equivalent to a word of the day calendar, Alex Young. How you doing, buddy?
Is this a compliment? I feel like I'm asking this every week.
Seems like a good idea until about April, and then you get to September and realize you haven't turned the page and you're still sitting on Insidious, and you're like, ugh, are we still doing this thing? Yeah. It's the stocking stuffer gift your mom gives you. How are you doing?
Better before that intro.
Well, I know we just
fine.
saw.
How are you doing, Jeff? How are you?
I'm good. We saw each other yesterday, and I'm still wearing the same sweater because you complimented it. So
hilarious. That's hilarious. I didn't even notice. I like that you get one compliment. You're like, well, I can never wash this again.
No, just wearing this all the time.
Shaking hands with a celebrity.
Well, we've got a very fun show for us tonight, Alex. We've got returning for the umpteenth time, Sam Barry. Sam, welcome back.
Hello. Thank you for having me back yet again, even though I am quite a dumpster fire of who knows if it's going to be good, not good. We'll see. I'm happy to be
Listen,
here.
you've got the podcast shirt on, so it you get to come on anytime you want.
Excellent.
Now,
noted.
We have another guest with us tonight, so let me introduce them before we get too far into this. So, ladies and gentlemen, buckle up, because today's guest is the kind of multi-hyphenate who makes the rest of us look like we're barely qualified to host a podcast about movies. He's a comedian, a musician, an author, an actor. You've seen him pop up in Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, Samantha Bee. He's the mastermind behind bands Valley Lodge, Painted Doll, and Witch Taint. He tours, he shreds, he writes, he jokes, and somehow he still has time to join us on this shitty little podcast, Deep Cuts. Please welcome the legend, the menace, the man who puts the feature and featured guest, Dave Hill. Dave, thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
First question, why don't you like pylons?
Oh yeah.
I think they're kind of they're tool of the man, you know. I just feel like they represent oppression, so I mean, take them out whenever.
Yeah, it's your Instagram feed is littered with pylons just being removed from wherever they are. Recently, so Dave Hill, for people who aren't quite sure who he is, you can find him at davehillonline.com. You just had a book, I'm not sure how recent it is, The Awesome Game, One Man's Incredible Globe-Crushing Hockey Odyssey. Yeah. So because I kept seeing photos of you on your Instagram and stuff like that, and you're always wearing, and I'm going to call it a very Canadian, you're wearing a toque.
When we get into toque weather, I'll wear them.
Yeah, and I was like, man, this guy looks like he likes hockey, and I didn't know you even had this book about hockey yet. And I was like, and then you're from Cleveland, who I believe they had an old NHL team. Was it the Barons?
Yeah, for 2 seasons there was an NHL team.
Man, Alex, we've been to Cleveland, and 2 seasons of NHL hockey in Cleveland seems about appropriate after visiting Cleveland. It was, they've got an AHL team there, I think, right?
They do actually. They have the Cleveland Monsters.
Yeah, they were when Alex and I were there to see Flight of the Conchords. I think the Monsters were in the AHL championship, and I think we're winning it. And we're like, everyone was coming down the street, and we're like, what's going on? We thought it was like the Cavs had won something, and they're like, oh no, the hockey team won. And I was like, there's a hockey team in Cleveland? But yeah.
Yeah, they're good, and their attendance, I think, at least was highest in the league, which you would think would be a sign that maybe an NHL team was on the way, but probably not.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird little belt there between Detroit and what do you got, and then all the Pennsylvania teams, right? Like Pittsburgh and Philly and stuff like that.
And Columbus has a team, which is
that's right. Yeah, you're too close to Columbus. Probably
enrages me. Columbus. I live in New York anyway, so it's not really.
Yeah, you can see all the hockey you want if you want to watch hockey.
I can, yeah, and I'm in Ohio right now for Thanksgiving, but
nice.
But just as a, just trying to be a pro Cleveland person, I would like there to be a team. That would really be all it would take for me to really move back here. Maybe not.
Oh, really?
I don't know. Well, now that I'm saying that's not true because I live like one subway stop away from Madison Square Garden, and I never go to game. Only go to games if someone gives me tickets.
Yeah, so you're not going to move back to Cleveland so you can watch some expansion team suffer for 5 years.
No, I guess I wouldn't. Now that I've really thought it through, I wouldn't.
Now I read you also have some Canadian connection too, if I'm not mistaken. The three of us are all kind of in the Toronto area, but
Oh, I'm jealous. Yeah. No, I am. Where are you in Scarborough?
I used to live in Scarborough. Alex is in, I guess, is it East
I'm in
York,
downtown.
Alex?
I
Downtown,
moved. I'm downtown.
Where?
Oh, that's right. You're downtown.
Where are you? Queen and Spadina?
I'm at Bathurst and Eglinton.
Oh, I like to name intersections.
Very close, like a 10-minute drive.
Very Canadian.
I love Toronto. I have a lot of friends there. I would move there if it were easily done. I would move there in a heartbeat. But
Sam could sponsor you or something like that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Let's
I
make
have a
this
lot of time, so you let me know.
I would love it. No, my grandfather was from Clinton, Ontario, and then his wife, my grandmother, her dad was from Amherstburg, Ontario. Both like kind of right along Lake Huron, kind of near Detroit kind of places. That's my Canadian connection.
It counts. I feel like we should be able to get you into the country.
You would,
Yeah.
you would think, but I actually investigated it. Just,
I mean, with
obvious-
everything that's going on, yeah, I understand.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see like who would be the quickest to take me, and I thought Canada, but not really. It doesn't really get me anything.
One of the things I read about you, and this is per your Wikipedia, so hopefully it's correct. And the thing I thought was the best was in May of 2019, you were permanently banned from Twitter after you repeatedly responded to attacks from Trump supporters with jokes about having consensual sexual intercourse
Yes.
with their mothers and in some cases their fathers.
Yes.
I wanted to really stress that it was consensual sexual
Well, yeah,
intercourse.
you have to make that clear. I don't want people to get the wrong idea.
No.
It was this is true. And I'm now kind of doing it all over again on Threads just to try to get, but you can't really get kicked off Threads, I don't think.
Or can you?
Well,
Yeah,
we'll
find
see.
out.
Yeah,
I'm
We'll
actually
see.
rooting for this. I hope so. And I
Yeah,
hope
well-
we can update
Well,
that Wikipedia.
I'm just kind of doing it. I try to stay off Threads, but sometimes I drift over there, and I've been using the same tactics.
I love
But
it.
but yeah, it's I just figured, everyone, has to do their part.
It's a dumpster fire over
save.
there. Yeah, it's a horrible place.
Oh yeah, Threads. Oh, Threads or America? I mean, either way.
No,
both,
I was gonna say
both reasonable.
Twitter is a horrible place. So
Yeah,
burn
I'm
that
not.
place
I'm
down.
not on there. I mean, I was banned permanently, and then when what's his face, he who shall not be named,
Mm.
took it over, then he reinstated me and whoever else was banned, and then but it was sort of, so I was like, oh, the kid is back, That's what I said to myself, and then, but it was kind of like when you go, I mean, it was shitty when I got banned, but I mean, like, it was already horrible, but it was even worse when I went. It was kind of like when you go to, like, hey, let's go to that bar we used to love, and then you go and it's like, what? There's a DJ, it's DJ night, and they're playing whatever bad music, and there's a cover charge, and there's that's my long. Just so it wasn't the same, I guess my point. And so I deleted my account.
I mean, I started it only because of the podcast, and it was a kind of a good place to kind of like get people to know about it. And then, yeah, I think in the fall, I was like, I'm not using this to promote myself anymore.
No. Yeah, it's like, using it to promote your podcast is like, I just started doing cocaine to have more energy.
So you do a bit of everything, and not a bit of everything. You do a lot of things. Like you write, you got comedy, you got your music. Is there any one thing that kind of like, if you could do that as your one sole focus, or do you need to be kind of doing a bit of everything?
I think I like doing different stuff, and so I think I don't know. I think because I always am like, oh, I quit everything. And then I'm like, well, what would I do then? I'm like, oh, I'd probably do a bit of writing, play some music, and or just do the same thing. So I like doing all of it. I kind of feel like a failure at all of it. but but it's still what I do. Uh, I guess what I really like is like not to really go too far down this road, but I do a lot of like painting and drawing and but I don't rely on it for to pay the bills, and so I'm always like, oh, I love this the best. I wish I could
Yeah.
just do this, and then you go then it's like, well, yeah, but then it would be completely ruined. Like the second it
Yes.
becomes,
A job.
yeah, then I think things get I run. I is it no, what's the word? Yeah, things get ruined once you're like, oh, I'm living my dream, doing the thing that I love for a living. It's not as fun, really.
I
I
mean,
don't know.
that's kind of what this podcast is. If I could make enough money to not have to do other things, I would just do this podcast. That's not happening anytime soon, unfortunately. So
And then you'd be like, ah, I'm in hell. I
I'm
gotta
in
do this
hell. I got to do this
podcast.
podcast every week. I got to find. Yeah, no, true. So I wanted to ask you about Valley Lodge, and so the song "Go," which
Mm-hmm.
is the theme song for John Oliver's Last Week Tonight.
Yeah.
Was that a song you guys had written, or was it kind of did they approach you and ask you to do a song for the show, or was it something you guys already had ready to go?
It was ready to go. Like we had put out that was our third obscure record, and it had just come out like fairly recently when Liz Stanton, the showrunner, called, and I'd known Liz for a long time and knew John, from when he moved to New York. So I think it was just kind of luck. I never really heard how they decided, but I think they were like, "Who do we know who makes music?" And they're like, "What about Dave?" I'm just imagining the conversations. I don't know, but uh, but then they were like, "Yeah." I said you should use the song "Go," and then they're like, "Yeah, that's the song we already cut the intro to the
Oh,
show."
nice,
Too. So it
good.
was like I not to like I never think this. Well, no, I always think this actually. What am I talking about? But because I write these songs and I'm like in an alternate universe that my fans I spend most of my time in. I'm always like, oh wow, this is a real hit, this song. And I'm just sitting around writing hits in my mind, that would be popular in some other universe. But when I wrote that song, I was like, oh, I got a feeling this one's really got legs. And I actually tried, I won't say what show, but there was another TV show being made and that some people I knew were doing, and I was like, "Hey, if you need a theme song, I think you should use this song." And thank God they said no, because that show was didn't last, and then uh, and sometime after that, John Oliver show called, and
So was
you
it
know,
was it Go that you were trying to pitch to this other show?
yeah, because I
Okay,
just knew that it was good. Like I was like, that's a cool. I really like it. I mean, like any song, I'm really anything I do. I'm kind of just doing it to entertain myself. So I kind of like that song, and I was like, this song should be the theme
theme
to
song.
a TV show. And so some friends were making a TV show. I was like, you should use this song, and they were like, no thanks, we're good. And
12 episodes later, their show's done, and you're like, thank God it didn't get.
oh yeah, because it was such a nice thing to have it be the John Oliver theme, and it's such a great show too. Like
Mm.
it's like it's I think one of the best shows on television. So
Oh yeah, we didn't have it for a while,
Absolutely.
and then when we got it back, my wife sat there and watched like a year and a half's worth of like old episodes, and I was like, I love the show. It's not a show I can binge because most of it just makes me depressed about how shitty the world is, kind of thing. And I was like, I can take it on a weekly basis and be like, okay, he's
Yeah,
making fun of
yeah.
how shitty it is, but to watch it episode after episode, I'd be like, oh my God, what is going on in the world?
Yeah, that's true. But the thing about it is that like I always say, like I'm like, well, John, I get such comfort from John, even though he's always delivering this horrifying news and stories. But I'm always like, he could leave anytime he wants.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I'm like, he's still here. I'm like, as long as he's here. I think if he leaves, then I'll be like, oh man, things are really bad.
things are
It's time to
getting
go.
bad when John Oliver
'Cause-
bails.
Because he could leave, anytime, and he hasn't. So I take some comfort in that.
So I mentioned off the top, you've got a website, davehillonline.com.
Mhm.
And you also have not that anyone, not, I won't say anyone. We actually do have quite a few listeners in the New York area. So you have a comedy special taping February 11th at the Bell House in Brooklyn.
I
correct?
do, yeah.
And
need
that's been-
everyone to come.
Yes. So for our listeners in the New York, if you can get there by train or bus, whatever it is, February 11th, look, I think they can probably buy tickets through your website if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. I have it listed there.
So for our friends Amanda and Brantley, who we know are in the New York area or can get there, go check out Dave Hill.
I need to create the illusion of popularity at this taping.
Listen, getting you on our show is a huge, huge step for us.
Huge
so
coup.
It is.
I have to ask, not to just. Is that a Tottenham Hotspurs jersey?
Are you
You
talking? Are we looking at me? No.
Yeah, you.
This is
Oh.
it's a thermal insulated shirt because I walk dogs when I'm not doing my shitty other job. I walk dogs, so
Oh, I
it's
love dogs.
it's cold up here, so I wear this a lot of the
It
time.
looks like I don't know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
the
but-
black and white of the Tottenham Hotspurs.
But
yeah.
they're whatever their sponsor is, I thought it was. Anyway,
Mm.
well, dogs I love. That's my main thing is dogs. Going back to your earlier question, dogs are my main thing, and everything else that I do is so far behind
your
that.
love of dogs. I love dogs too,
I
and
couldn't agree more.
sad story. We just lost our older dog Cooper this past week. So,
Oh,
yeah.
I'm so sorry.
But we have another dog, and she's doing a good job of keeping our spirits up. So,
Oh, good. I can't even think, like, when my dog Lucy, who
I had a dog
is
named
not
Lucy.
in here right now, but and when she's gone, I hope to be just caught up by a stray bullet or something. Which means, of course, not to harp on it, but I will have to be in America for that to happen.
to happen, yeah, but probably attending a 6th grade class or something
Yeah,
like that
yeah.
to like
in
really
Canada, I'll have to go to maybe catch a stray puck at an OHL game or something.
make yeah,
Yeah.
come up to Guelph or something like that and take a puck in
Oh.
the head.
Guelph was my fantasy place growing up because there was a hockey school in Guelph, and I always wanted to go. It was like in the back of some magazine I saw. It was like Guelph Hockey School, and I
Put
was
on by
like,
some former, third line NHL player,
yeah,
named
exactly.
Gord or something like that. And it's
Yeah, and I wanted to go, and I always used to ask my mom. I was like, was Grandpa's farm? He grew up on a farm. I was like, where's the farm near Guelph? And she would always be like, no, it was kind of outside of Guelph. But to look on the map, it's nowhere near Guelph.
it's like 3 hours away. Yeah.
But then when you think about it, isn't everything outside of Guelph? If you really
Just outside.
It's about 3 hours. Yeah, everything.
the
Yeah,
whole world is outside of Guelph.
yeah, and just outside of Guelph.
If you just believe, you can be outside of Guelph. But
Well,
yeah,
yeah.
I always thought it was this idyllic place, Guelph, completely manufactured in my head.
You know what?
This is the first time anyone's ever fantasized about Guelph as the
Oh.
center of the
One
universe.
other person. Maybe.
Stick with me. You want to, I'll keep going and go straight to Moose Jaw if you want.
Ooh.
I've been to
Sexy.
Moose Jaw.
Have you?
I
Yeah, because my book before, not to.
No, go ahead.
brag
book-
about
my-
Moose Jaw, please.
My book before the book about hockey was about Canada, and I went all over Canada. And I always wanted to go to Moose Jaw because, it sounded so idyllic. So I was like, I have to see this majestic place. So I went to Moose Jaw via Regina, of course.
I
It's the
mean, if
only
you're
way
headed
to go.
that way, you might as well.
Yeah.
And then hit Yellowknife while you're up there, which I'm sure they're probably
Oh,
about 18 hours away from each other. But for
I
everyone
don't.
in our neck of the woods, Moose Jaw and Yellowknife are just up there somewhere.
Oh yeah. Well, I would love to get to Yellowknife someday.
How was Moose Jaw?
I mean, you can have a pretty wild hour and a half in Moose Jaw. I mean, I had a fun night there. There was this woman was like seeing I was posting a lot on Instagram, my various Canadian exploits when I was traveling, and then she finally wrote and she's like, what are all these pictures all over Canada? I'm like, oh, I'm writing this book, so I'm going all over. And she's like, oh, well, if you come to Saskatchewan, let me know. So I she was in Regina, so and she was like, yeah, I could come to Moose Jaw, or I'll just, if you want to, if when you're in Regina, I'll show you around. And I was in Moose Jaw, and I just kind of wrung all the fun I could out of it, like by about 6:30, and I texted her. I was like, hey, if you're up for it, I think I've done all I can in Moose Jaw. If you want to come down here and we could hang out. And so it really amped up things to have another, not to be used alone with my thoughts in Moose Jaw, to add another person to the mix. That's when things got really nuts.
I really hope, and the end of the story is it was the mayor of Regina.
Yeah.
She was just like, I
Oh.
got nothing else to do. Just.
I wish. I actually, yeah, no, it wasn't. I wish it were, but I still never been to Saskatoon though. That's still a bucket list.
Wasn't there's a song that talks about Saskatoon, isn't there? The old is it the Guess Who? Did the Guess Who have a song that talks about Saskatoon, or is it? It's got to be.
Oh well, maybe because they were from Winnipeg.
They were from
right?
like Winnipeg or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. Alex
But-
doesn't believe. Yeah, Alex doesn't believe me. The Guess Who has as many hits as they really do. He's
Oh,
surprised.
how
when I
much
go through
time
theirs.
you got? She's
Yeah.
come undone.
These eyes,
These eyes. Oh,
crying.
Yeah, these ones I know, but that's like the three. I know like the three hits.
But we had this conversation, Alex. I remember years ago sitting in a car at a gas station, and Alex didn't believe me that Gordon Lightfoot had as many big hits as he did. And I was like, I'm telling you, Alex, in the 70s, Gordon Lightfoot was a
The
big
man.
star. Yeah. And,
Oh,
I
my
felt
God, yeah.
like a fool. I was just recently up in Aurelia, and it should have been my first clue, but we were driving down a street and it said something like Lightfoot Avenue. And I was like, oh, I wonder if Gordon Lightfoot is from around here or whatever. And we turned the block, and on the side of like a whole building is a
it's
giant
just
mural.
a
And I'm
mural of
like-
him. Yeah.
And I'm like, this seems like maybe he's from
Maybe he spent some time there. Yeah.
where was this?
Aurelia, which is
Mm.
about 2 hours north of Toronto. I would say.
In Aurelia.
And you
yeah.
can do that in about an hour and 45.
It's
a
got
lot
a
of-
casino, so that's something.
Gordon Lightfoot, a lot of people say, is the Leonard Cohen of Aurelia.
That's right.
Famously, yes.
Yeah.
That's what he's
Now,
known
like,
for.
now I want like, where's Leonard Cohen from? And I'm like,
Montreal,
Montreal.
right?
Montreal.
is he oh, that's right. Okay.
That's
Yes.
what made me think of it, because there's like a big
mural up on the
Montreal.
Alex.
I stayed in that building. We booked an Airbnb that happened to be in that apartment complex, which was then
Oh,
very
wow.
easy to locate as we walked around. We're like, oh, there's the hotel. We got it.
Oh yeah, you never get lost.
Yeah.
And then the I can't remember what it's called, but the place where he used to get bagels, it was right there too.
Schwartz, maybe?
Oh, yeah, probably.
Maybe. But
Well, we've got a game of deep cuts we got to play.
I know, I'm sorry. I've
No
really-
worries. Listen,
Oh,
hey,
you're-
I would keep you forever.
No, well,
That sounds a little weird.
Kidnapping.
your listeners are probably like, Dave Hill has ruined the show.
no,
Tell us more
No,
about
no.
well.
Guelph. It is Guelph.
Listen,
obsession.
this will be great for all the social media stuff. I can tag Guelph and be like, "Hey, we talked about your show." Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is I've picked an actor and actress, and I'm going to ask the three of you to try to tell me what they are known for according to IMDb. So Dave, in the past, we've done something like Harrison Ford, and you would say, oh, okay, he's known for Indiana Jones or he's known for Star Wars or something like that.
Yeah.
So I've picked an actor. I'm going to give you their name, and you're going to try to tell me what is their number one thing on IMDb. So today's actor is Bill Murray.
Oh gosh. Well.
So Dave, what do you think is his number? And honestly, I tried to do this one in my head before looking at it, and there's a couple notable exceptions from this list. But other than that, I really can't tell you. So Dave, what do you think should be number one on Bill Murray's IMDb list?
Well, probably Lost in Translation.
That's a solid guess.
Only because he has said that that's his favorite movie that he did. But you could go all day. Groundhog Day, Caddyshack, Stripes.
Yeah.
I have
Sam?
this conversation a lot about.
Well, we do too, because we're always like, what about Bill Murray specifically? Yeah.
Well, because I've been touring with him.
Well, yeah, that's why I used him for tonight's. I figured.
Oh, I thought it was just a coincidence.
No, there's no coincidences on this show.
But sometimes people will be like, ask me about him, and I'm like, yeah, it's crazy to think of how many movies you just name, like, without even trying, like 10 iconic.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And then you're like, oh, I forgot the other 50.
And it's like, and then like, something like Saturday Night Live or something like that, right?
Yeah. You could go all day long.
Sam Barry, what do you think is Bill Murray's?
Well, he's one of my favorites, and he's Nick, my boyfriend's absolute favorite. But just because it's almost getting up to that time, I'm going to go with Scrooged.
Solid.
Oh, that's a good guess.
Alex Young.
We'll see.
I want to be clever and give you like a Wes Anderson, but I feel like it's going to be something simple like Ghostbusters.
And that's the thing. So in my head, as I was walking around, I was thinking about this. I was like, okay, Lost in Translation, Groundhog Day, Ghostbusters were like my top three. And then I was like, you could kind of go anywhere from that. And I was like, maybe it's something like Stripes or Caddyshack or something.
Broken
but
Flowers.
It's not. Meatballs.
Yeah. But it's a kind of a wacky list.
Flowers.
So only one of you surprisingly scored. So at number 4, Alex, you would have been right if you had done a bunch of Wes Anderson films. It's The Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou is number 4.
There you go.
Number 3, I don't think this should be on the list, is Moonrise Kingdom.
Oh.
Because he's not in it that much.
No.
Number 2, Rushmore.
Okay.
I love the movie.
You love that
He's
movie.
great in it, but I would feel like Life Aquatic. More people have seen Life Aquatic than they saw Rushmore. But number 1, Dave Hill, Lost in Translation. So well done. So Dave,
Wait,
you won. You won that
part
of the game. So what happens now is you get to choose if you would like to go first, second, or third. Once you guys do that, I'm going to tell you what the 3 movies are. So the way it works is if you go first, and then person second, third, and then that person would go 2 times. So then we go back up. So if you go first, you'll have to wait a little bit. If you're second, you get that pick in the middle. So where would you like to go? First, second, or third?
I'll go second.
Safe spot.
Why not?
Alex, I'm going to go with you on this one. I feel like Ghostbusters probably deserve to be on this list more than Scrooged. So do you want to go first or third?
I will go third and throw Sam for the Wolves in first.
Okay.
My least favorite, the sweatiest spot for me.
So here's the part where I tell you what the 3 movies are. So Dave, I had sent you an email, I think earlier last week, and I asked you what your favorite movies were. You sent me your movies today. So unfortunately, I wasn't able to use them.
I failed you.
That's okay. I think
sorry.
based on some of the movies you said and based on who you are, hopefully you will know these movies fairly well. Now, Alex last week hosted the show while I had to play, and he was a jerk and gave me 3 musicals that, I'm not
That
a
would have been
musical
great.
guy. Probably,
You would have
yes.
killed it.
So for this one, they are musical themed, but not musicals per se. They might be, I guess they're kind of musicals. So first, from 1984, this is Spinal Tap. From 2006, Tenacious D and the Pick of Destiny.
Oh, great.
And from 2000, Almost Famous. So while you guys take a moment to think about who are your deep cuts from these 3 movies, let's hear a word from our sponsors.
I'm glad I met you. I'm sorry I met you.
I'm glad that you're glad you met me. I'm sorry that you're sorry you met me.
Perfect. December 4th at 6:30 at the Review Cinema. Supremely sweaty and sexy montage-heavy flick with a burning soundtrack.
How many times a year do you fall in love, Adam?
Depends on the subject.
Screening in glorious 35mm. Shot by legendary cinematographer Gordon Willis, you horny cinephiles.
What's wrong with wanting to be the best that you can be? What is so wrong with wanting to be perfect?
Order your tickets at thereviewcinema.ca. We are back with Deep Cuts the Game. We have my co-host Alex Young, Sam Barry, and Mr. Dave Hill joining us today. The three movies are This is Spinal Tap, Tenacious D and the Pick of Destiny, and Almost Famous. Sam Barry, you're up first. What is your deepest cut?
I don't know if he's the deepest of cuts, but I gotta go with my man Dave Grohl from Tenacious D. Yeah. He is the devil at the end.
He is the devil.
He is the devil for Dave Grohl. Where did I put him on this list? Dave Grohl for 12 points. Sam, it's a solid cut.
You.
Yeah, I didn't know it was him. I was watching the movie and I was like, the devil's got to be someone, right? And then you're right. It is Dave Grohl. So, Mr. Dave Hill, you have seen how it's done. Sam has given us Dave Grohl, a fairly deep cut in the movie Tenacious D and the Pick of Destiny. You can go from the Pick of Destiny, or you can go from Almost Famous, or This is Spinal Tap. Any movie. Who do you think is your deepest cut?
Spinal Tap. Paul Schaefer plays like
he is the he's the marketing guy in like Minnesota or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. So Paul Schaefer with a really bad comb over, if I'm not mistaken, as well.
So.
He is also worth 12 points. So well done. Well done. That's a great start.
All right.
Alex Young, you get 2 in a row because you're third. So you get your first and your second deep cuts.
Sam, are you going to do a whole bunch from Pick of Destiny? Should I start taking those off the board?
We don't know. We'll have to see.
All right. So it's the deepest one I have regardless. But in the first song, Kickapoo, I think, the kid, young Jack Black, is played by the kid from the Goldbergs. He plays Barry Goldberg in the Goldbergs.
Yeah. Oh. He also plays young Jack Black in Nacho Libre. The actor's name is Troy Gentile. You would know him also from maybe Drillbit Taylor with Owen Wilson as one of the kids. He's a really good young Jack Black.
He's a great young Jack Black.
I got to give him credit for that. So he is worth 11 points, Alex.
That's fine. I will take it.
What's your second deep cut?
Give me Ronnie James Dio as himself in a poster.
Yeah, essentially in the same scene, he comes to life in the poster.
Literally in the same scene.
After the kid has been told that rock and roll is stupid. So Ronnie James Dio for 10 points, Alex. Good start.
Wait,
I know you love that.
What happens if someone used because that was on my list?
That was on your list, so you can't use that. You're gonna have to come up with something else.
Another person.
So
this is getting hard.
That's why it gets harder. Yes. So what is your second deep cut then, Dave? Hopefully you didn't just have 2 names written down at the beginning.
No,
I don't think this is a deep cut, but Jimmy Fallon is the manager. In
that's
almost
honestly that's a great cut because he's almost unrecognizable because he's got like a beard.
Yeah,
and he's really only in the one scene. I believe
he doesn't laugh at what he's saying
at his own jokes. Yeah,
yeah.
How many takes do you think they did for that?
Jimmy Fallon's worth 12 points because I think he's in the one scene when the plane is crashing or something like that. Yeah, it's a good one. Jimmy Fallon. Sam, what is your second and your third deep cuts?
Okay, so I am not good at her name. I'm not going to even try to pronounce it. It starts with an F.
Are we talking Almost Famous?
Yes. She's also in The Craft. She's also the little girl in Return to Oz, which is a nightmare fuel if you've never seen that. It's like... Familia,
I know who you're talking about. She's Adam Sandler's girlfriend in The Waterboy as well.
Vicky Valancourt.
Feruza Balk.
I'm
not sure if it's pronounced correctly, but Feruza Balk for 8 points. Sam.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, she is one of the groupies to Stillwater.
Yeah.
In Almost Famous. What is your third deep cut then, Sam?
He's probably worth less, but I'm gonna say Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Only 1 point less because he's really not in that movie
No.
a whole lot. Philip Seymour Hoffman is, I believe, Lester Bangs is his name in Almost Famous.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
The music,
Mentor.
yeah, he's a music writer, right?
Yeah.
So,
Mm-hmm.
Philip Seymour Hoffman for 7 points. It's a good start, Sam. You're doing good. Now, Dave, we are back to you. You've got your third deep cut. You're off to a very strong start with Paul Schaefer and Jimmy Fallon.
Okay. What about Paul F. Tompkins?
Yeah, Paul
Ooh.
in the Pick of Destiny is the guy who runs the open mic night and then morphs into the devil, if I'm not mistaken. So he's worth 12 points only because I think most people don't know who Paul F. Tompkins by name is. He's a recognizable guy, but I think a lot of people, like, unless you were watching a lot of like Mr. Show and stuff like that back in the day, might not know who he is.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good cut. Alex, give me your third cut and I'll give you guys a point breakdown at the halfway.
I am sure Sandra Biles, listening to this episode, is screaming 100 Paul F. Tompkins credits at her iPhone right now.
It's weird. The only thing I can remember him from, other, like right off the top of my head, is like an episode of Community where he's
and
in
also BoJack Horseman. He's in every episode of that show.
I never watched the show.
He's the golden retriever. He's Mr. Peanut Butter.
And,
I'm sorry,
he
man.
was in Curb Your Enthusiasm,
Yeah.
and he's a
And
friend.
a
of
million
mine,
things, Jeff.
I enjoy him. I think he's a funny guy. Alex, what is your
Oh,
third
yes.
deep cut?
I'm going to take more from Pick of Destiny because I know that one
Okay.
the most. I watched it probably too much in high school. But also in that first song is Meatloaf as his dad.
As his dad. I didn't want to clue you in on that, Alex.
Oh,
when I was
I
saying,
know what Meatloaf looks like, Jeff.
I know. So Meatloaf for 8 points, Alex.
Great.
Um,
Do you know other things that he's in? The Spice Girls movie as the bus driver,
Yeah.
isn't he in that musical?
Rocky Horror.
Yeah, that one.
famously. Yeah, Fight Club.
I think. That's right, Fight Club. So wait, hold on, Alex. So at the halfway mark, Alex, you have 29 points. Sam, you have 27,
Mhm.
and Dave, you have 36.
Whoa.
So it's a good start. Good start, everyone. Everyone's doing really well. Alex, what's your fourth deep cut?
The waitress in Tenacious D is Amy Poehler.
It's Amy Poehler, yeah, with like 2 lines.
Mhm.
Has a black eye for some
does.
reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, Amy, and red hair. Also, she's got like red hair in it, so she's worth 12 points, Alex, because she's barely in that movie. Well done, Dave. We're back to you. You've got the lead. I really want to see you keep it. What's your fourth
Whoa.
deep cut?
Fred Willard in Spinal Tap.
Yeah, right at the
not
very
really a
end,
deep
he's
cut.
like a military guy. They're coming to play at like an Air Force base
Yeah.
or something like that. I can't remember. I think he calls them Spinal Tarp, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, the late great Fred Willard. We had a few episodes ago, we had an actor named Jim Pittick on, who was in Best in Show with Fred Willard. He is the other
Oh wow.
the other judge, the straight guy, where Fred Willard's like, you ever think they take a dog and combine?
Yeah.
And he's the guy, no, I don't think they do that. So, and we just asked him, like,
Oh,
how
yeah,
did
he
you
was
keep
amazing.
how did you keep a straight face? He's like, I never knew what he was going to say. It was always just, he's like, my lines were kind of pre-written. And yeah, Fred Willard would just go. And he's like, you can see there's parts where I'm about to break. So Fred Willard for 10 points.
That's one of the greatest roles ever. That hit Fred Willard as the judge in Best in Show. I saw that movie 3 times in the theater, twice by myself. And every time, well, the second and third times I remember, like, because he's not in the movie until you go to the
show,
the show, and then you go like, oh, every time that you just hear his voice, before you see him, and I'd go like, oh my god, I forgot he's totally about to steal this entire movie.
I want to think, did you go see that movie like the first time by yourself, and then you're like, I gotta bring someone with me, and then you didn't like it as much, and you're like, fuck it, I'm gonna go watch it a third time by
I
myself?
saw it the first 2 times by myself.
Oh really?
Because
Wow.
I just loved it, and I didn't really care I think the third time I was just like, fine, you can come with me, whoever.
But shut up.
You drove all the way up from Regina. I might as well take you to the movie. It's fine.
Yeah.
Sam Barry, what is your fourth and your fifth deep cut?
I'm gonna go with Zoe Deschanel from Almost Famous.
That's right.
She's
She plays
the sister.
the sister who is a flight attendant by the end of the film. She gives him all the albums at the very beginning. She's worth 7 points for Zoe Deschanel. What's your fifth deep cut, Sam?
I can't remember the name of so many people in Spinal Tap, and now I'm starting to think like I've seen it, but it's been a minute, so I'm so afraid to like say somebody and be like, "That's not that person," and then I really only know like the main people, so they're not going to be worth nearly as much. So I'm going to stay away from that one. I'm gonna just go Frances McDormand and be on the safe side for Almost
As
Famous.
the mom from Almost Famous. For 5 points, Sam.
Yeah,
5 points for.
She's in a lot more.
Yeah, and I mean she's a giant star too, right? Like
Huge.
she's
No.
But that's a good one, Frances McDormand. Dave, we're back to you. You get your fifth deep cut. There's only 6 rounds total. You're doing very well. What is your fifth deep cut?
Juliette Lewis in Pick of Destiny.
Wow, well remembered.
Is she?
Oh, I guess, is she not?
She might not be.
Wow,
Juliette,
that's pretty
poorly
deep
remembered.
I
That's a
guess
super.
I must be remembering her from a different movie. Then she's not in Pick of Destiny. Well, this is proof that I didn't cheat.
Do you want to take another shot? There is a girl, and if you pulled that one, that's incredible. Like there's an Academy Award winning actress in the Pick of Destiny with no lines, and you barely see her.
What?
Can I just pick a different person?
Yeah, sure, go for it. What's your fifth deep cut?
Not really deep, but Rob Reiner is in.
Rob Reiner is the
Spinal
director
Tap.
of the Spinal Tap documentary.
But he's in it.
He's in it. Yeah, so he's only 3 points because he's kind of after the top 2 guys. So
yeah, it's not really the best.
That's all right.
Choice.
Hey, putting points on the board is
that
better
was my
than
last person. So now I'm
Yes.
dig deep.
Think of something else. Alex Young, what is your fifth and your final deep cuts?
Do I have 2 more?
This is it. Fifth and sixth.
Okay. I got one last one for Pick of Destiny, and I'm worried that I'm forgetting that he's in it more, but maybe I'm confusing with War of the Worlds. But Tim Robbins is bafflingly in that movie.
He's not in it a ton, but he has a pretty big part. He gives them kind of like the blueprint on how to break into the Sacramento Rock and Roll Museum or something like that.
I remember him wearing like a hoodie and meeting them, I think, in the bathroom of that diner. If I'm not mistaken.
And then he's got like a crutch and a leg brace, and then he threatens to kill them with a knife because they have to come to him. And they're like, no, we're just not going to do that. So Tim Robbins for 10 points, Alex. Alex, what is your final deep cut?
Probably not that deep, but one of the guys in Spinal Tap, because he works with I don't want to say the name, but like works with the star a lot. Harry Shearer.
Harry Shearer. He's essentially the third member of Spinal Tap that you would know by name.
Yeah.
He is the bass player, I think. Harry Shearer for 3 points, Alex.
That is fine.
All right, Dave, you got your final deep cut.
Oh no.
You got anything left in the tank?
Oh God, what do I have left in the tank? Wait, you can name a star of the movie for
Yeah.
You could, but you're only going to get like a point or 2.
A point.
So I
Better
would say
than 0.
don't do that. Like, I'm just trying to steer you towards like there's a guy in the Pick of Destiny that like tells them about the Pick of Destiny. He's a pretty famous comedic actor.
Ben Stiller.
Yeah, there you go. Ben Stiller.
You helped me out.
I served that one. That's fine. Listen,
I was going to say Kyle Gass.
You want to say Kyle Gass? No,
No,
Alex. No, that's fine because Kyle Gass is in Almost Famous in the director's cut, uncredited. So he is worth 22 points total.
Whoa!
Wait.
You should say Kyle Gass. You should take Kyle Gass.
Take Kyle Gass.
Yeah, Kyle Gass. I was saying it for Pick of Destiny, dude.
Well, he is, but you get it for both. You would get the 2 points for the Pick of Destiny, and then you get the 20 points for Almost Famous because he's an uncredited in the
Oh wait,
director's
so
cut.
even though mentally I was just kind of jokingly saying
That's
it
fine.
as
It
Pick a
happens.
Destiny.
Sometimes someone's in like all 3 films. And you're
Oh,
like, I didn't.
it's like when you do like in pinball, you get points accidentally.
Yeah, and you're like, oh, perfect. Yes. So
Okay.
no, Kyle Gass, 2 points for Pick a Destiny, 20 points for Almost Famous.
Oh wow.
And you didn't need any help with Ben Stiller. Sam Barry, what's your final deep cut?
So you're saying Ben Stiller's.
It's on the board.
Ben
Yeah.
Stiller's on the board if you need it.
No, I can't say that.
You
even
can.
though that's going to give me way more points than what I'm going to get. But
Is she frozen or is she thinking about it?
I think
Alex?
she's ironically frozen.
Yeah,
Yeah, she's
Well,
frozen.
she did freeze.
Well,
yeah.
she did freeze.
Bye
Or
forever.
she's very good at acting.
Will she be back? You think?
I think so.
I believe in her.
By default, you want to give her Ben Stiller?
Give her Ben Stiller. She's like, my laptop just died. Hold on, I got a text from her. I'm just gonna ask her,
her.
what's your last pick? And then we'll go from there. We can start. And then she'll hopefully hop back in. We've never had that happen before.
We have not.
We're on like episode 80 something, and we've never had someone totally freeze and disappear. Oh, see, now she's
Oh
gone.
no, is she
That's
back?
all right. She'll be back.
We have to believe.
If we don't have hope, we have nothing.
That's exactly right.
All right. Well, when she gets back, we'll figure out what her last deep cut is. But I'll give you a little rundown of people you may have missed. From This Is Spinal Tap. There's a lot of musicians in it that I wrote down. I'm like, I don't know who they all are because they just had people like, what's his name? Paul Shortino, who was like this lead singer of Quiet Riot for a bit, if I'm not mistaken.
Briefly, yeah.
Yeah, he meets them in the hallway.
I believe
and
he was really in that movie.
He was, yeah.
Sang,
and Howard Hessman is his agent. They meet in like
wow.
a hallway, and Howard Hessman like kind of blows off Spinal Tap, and I believe Paul Shortino is his client. Sam said her final guess was Christopher Guest. Okay,
Wow.
Sam. Wow. So 1 point. Let's see. Okay, Sam is back.
That's wild.
stage.
I didn't know he was in Spinal Tap.
Mm-hmm. It said Sam's back, but she's not back. This is great podcast stuff here. So let's see. Okay.
Who else do we miss?
So from This Is Spinal Tap, Bruno Kirby is the limo driver.
Oh yeah, and
that he's talking about Frank Sinatra and Sammy Davis and stuff like that. Ed Begley Jr. has a very brief cameo as their former drummer from when they were like a 60s pop band.
Mm-hmm.
Fran Drescher. Sam, are you really going with Christopher Guest? Okay. So Christopher Guest for 1 point. So we were just talking about who was in Spinal Tap. Fran Drescher. Dana Carvey is a mime at a party delivering hors d'oeuvres. Doesn't say a word, then comes back and meets with the other mime, who is Billy Crystal.
Wow.
Who actually does have a line.
Oh yeah.
So that's a good one. Paul Benedict, who's in a bunch of the Christopher Guest movies. He used to be on The Jeffersons, if I'm not mistaken. Howard Hessman.
Sorry about being dramatic.
From the movie One of the Guys. Remember that movie, Alex? The 80s teen. Joyce Heiser is one of the groupies making out with like Paul Scheer, if I'm not mistaken. Angelica Houston.
Oh
is
my
in the film.
God.
As a person who designs Angelica. So they want Stonehenge on the stage.
Yeah.
So Christopher Guest sketches out and then says it's 18 inches. She
Fake.
makes it out of styrofoam.
Yeah.
And she's the one that gives it to them. That's about it from Spinal Tap. From Pick a Destiny, a bunch of people with like you barely see, like Fred Armisen's in it. John Enos and Jay Johnson, comedians. Colin Hanks has a cameo where he throws a plastic cup at the back of Kyle Gass's head. Also in that
Jay
scene,
Johnston, the only one in the movie, I believe, to be a January 6er as well.
Yeah, I was going to say he's part of the and he's part of the
get trivia. You
and
can
he's
edit
wearing
that out.
Yeah, no, we can if you would like to. I can.
No, it should be
Well, I think
What?
we all know, and he's no longer on Bob's Burgers anymore because of his.
It's a different Jimmy Pesto.
Yes,
Yeah.
but
It's
him
funny how that works.
and John Enos are two of the gang members that beat up Jack Black when he first arrives in L.A. And they're dressed up like they're in Clockwork Orange, essentially. Let's see, David Ketchner. I always mess up his name. John C. Reilly, Alex. I'm surprised you didn't pull that one. Is the Sasquatch that goes on a mushroom-fueled trip with Jack Black. Jason Segel has an uncredited cameo as a frat boy. And then the Academy Award-winning actress that is in the bar the first time they perform, and the guy in front of her's head blows out his brains, is Amy Adams.
Yeah.
So Amy Adams is in The Pick of Destiny. Almost Famous, Anna Paquin, Noah Taylor's a good one. All the writers at Rolling Stone. You got Rainn Wilson from The Office, Ian Bailey from Band of Brothers. Jay Baruchel's in it. He's the guy who really likes. Oh, what does he really like? He likes someone. He's in the line. He's like, I got his autograph, and and that's Jay Baruchel. Pete Frampton's got a cameo in it. Polly Perrette from NCIS is the radio DJ. Mitch Hedberg, comedian, is in it. Zach Ward from A Christmas Story is in it.
Wait,
Eric
in what?
In Almost Famous.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Mitch Hedberg and Zach Ward from A Christmas Story are roadies who are gambling with the rights to the girls. Like, who's going to get to keep them for the next leg of the tour? Eric Stonestreet from Modern Family. Mark Maron is the guy who is mad at them when they leave their one concert early. Nick Swartzen is the guy who yells, Bowie! And then the actual Rolling Stone writer Jan Werner is also in it. So the final scores. Sam Barry, with that 1 point for Christopher Guest on your last round, you put up 40. A very solid 40 points. Alex Young, 54. And then with a very solid 71, Mr. Dave Hill. Congratulations, Dave.
Wait, how did I do? I won?
You won.
Oh my gosh.
You would have won even with Ben Stiller, but the Kyle Gass pick definitely put you over.
How many points was Ben Stiller if Sam had stolen it?
8 points.
Better than nothing.
So.
All right.
You still would have lost, Sam. It's not a big deal.
Awesome.
Yeah. So, Dave, the winner, much like your friend Galen Howard suggested you as a future guest on the show, we would like to ask you, who do you think might be a good person to play Deep Cuts the game?
It's terrible price.
I can't.
Yeah, and under no obligation that they
pretend
actually
it's
play.
mine.
That's
I'll
first
take my
and
1
foremost.
point.
95% of the time.
Oh, I would have
it
lost
never
even if I probably
But if you
picked
think
Kyle
there's someone
Gass,
who
I
actually might
probably
enjoy the game, we'd love to hear about it. Or if you just think someone who might be a fun guest.
Well, if we want to go Canadian, Kevin McDonald
From the Kids in the Hall.
who lives in Winnipeg. American Gary Goldman.
Gary, yeah.
I mean, I don't know. That's just off the top of my head.
That's cool.
Going through my text messages. No, I'm not. I'm just.
I was gonna say, be like, oh yeah, you got a text message from Kevin McDonald, and I have one from Alex.
It's plausible.
I was gonna say, so you do know Bill Murray, and I've joked about it on the show before.
He's
like,
my
there's
best friend.
There's always a rumor that to get in touch with Bill Murray, there's a phone number where you just leave a message. And I thought, okay, well, let me find this phone number, and I found online someone had posted Bill Murray's phone number if you want to contact him. Guess what? It's not that number. So if you're listening to this, don't call any phone numbers you find online that say that they're Bill Murray. You get a very confused woman answering the phone.
Oh, poor lady.
She probably gets it 100 times a day.
It's actually Francis McDormand's number.
Okay, and here's something. I watched Spinal Tap for the first time. The movie's from 1984. Their manager at one part is wearing like an English rugby shirt, and its colors are yellow and maroon. Very Harry Potter, Gryffindor. And then at the very end, in the end credits, there's a bunch of not deleted scenes, but extra jokes and stuff like that. And they're interviewing him, and they're like, "Hey, so and so was just knighted for his work." Yada yada yada. And he's like, "Oh yes, he worked with children, and he started a summer camp for children called Hogwood Summer Camp. And I was like, fuck it, did J.K. Rowling come up with anything on her own, or she's just ripping off Spinal Tap and any other place she can get inspiration? So DaveHillOnline.com is where people can find out about Dave Hill. Check out his book, The Awesome Game, One Man's Incredible Globe-Crushing Hockey Odyssey, and his other books, including, if you're in Canada, he's wrote a book about Canada. He's probably been to more places in Canada than the rest of this panel has, and we live here.
True.
He's got a show coming.
Yeah, Canadians don't travel their country as much as
I think Canadians travel our country more than Americans travel their country.
That's probably true, actually, because
I've run into people in South Carolina that have never been to North Carolina. And it's right fucking there, guys.
But they're such similar Carolinas.
I know, but
couldn't be more different.
So check out his website. Check out his comedy special taping February 11th at the Bell House in Brooklyn. Go to his website to find tickets. Dave, is there anything else you want to pitch and tell people about before we let you go?
I'll be on tour with Pussifer, opening for Pussifer.
Why would you?
Throughout North America. Well, one Canadian show, but throughout North America.
Where's the Canadian show? Is it like
in like Niagara Falls? I believe.
Okay, probably okay.
So that's in March, April, and May, and I have a new comic book series out called Dark Regards on Oni Press, and that's I guess go at your local comic book store.
Yeah.
I guess those are the main things in life right now.
I'm feeling shittier about what I've got going on. Sam Barry, what about you? You want to tell anyone about anything? Call again for the next show. Well, we'll have you back for sure. Alex Young, what about you, my friend?
Oh, Jeff, where do I even begin? No, nothing on my end. You can find me on all social media. And
I'm just going to be
Alex Young.
waiting in the dark.
Otherwise, support your
for
local rep
you to
cinema,
call
support your
again.
big box cinema.
No, I don't
and
have
all your media.
Yeah, exactly. Next time somebody cancels or you just
now this is the part of the show where Alex sends me an outro that I need to read. And so before I do that, before he gives me any notes, I'm just going to say we're probably going to be off for a couple weeks, folks. I know you're so disappointed, but we'll be coming back with our season finale middle of December. And it should be a good one. Alex, what do you want to tell me about this outro?
I don't know if you have a John Ratzenberger impression, but you want to do your best John Ratzenberger. Give me your best Cliff Clavin.
Cliff Clavin?
On this one. Yeah.
All right. Interesting.
I feel like that's in your
I feel it's something I probably did as a kid. You know, you'd watch Cheers and the next day you'd go in and hey, this concludes another thrilling game of Deep Cuts. Thank you, Dave and Sam, for taking the time. This is drifting really far away from John Ratzenberger. I'm very
That's
sorry.
okay. It's getting increasingly more Canadian.
For taking the time to join us today. Now, before you go, just remember what we learned. Whether it's in the stars or in the pictures of smaller roles, everyone plays a valuable part. It is very Canadian at this point, and I'm very sorry. And did you know that it's a statistically proven fact that listeners of this podcast are 73% more likely to win at Trivia Night, provided the categories are specifically about the aforementioned motion pictures and the questions pertain to certain character actors. There's a lot of words in here, Alex. I've been your host, Jeff Penn. Join us again next week for our season finale, and be sure to follow Deep Cuts anywhere you get your podcast. Take care of yourself. Thank you very much, everyone. We'll see you next time.